Human evolution is often depicted as a slow, unguided process of natural selection and random mutation. Yet, hidden within our DNA are anomalies so precise, so improbable, that they challenge conventional explanations. Could it be that our species is not solely the product of earthbound evolution, but rather the work of an intelligence from the stars? Across ancient cultures, stories emerge that hint at our ancestors' transformation by forces beyond the human realm. When paired with modern genomics, these myths gain a striking resonance. Long before Darwin or Mendel, civilizations recorded tales of beings who shaped humanity. The Sumerians spoke of the Anunnaki, sky gods who descended from heaven to earth, mining gold and shaping life. According to translations of Sumerian tablets, the Anunnaki fashioned humans from existing hominins, organisms they found on Earth to serve as workers, imbued with intelligence beyond ordinary primates. In Egypt, gods like Khnum are credited with creating humankind, crafting humans from clay, or performing acts of divine modification. In the Hindu Rig Veda, the devas are celestial beings who manipulate life, granting knowledge and abilities to early humans. Even in the Hebrew Bible, Genesis tells of God forming man from dust and breathing into him a divine spark, an act that could be interpreted metaphorically as genetic enhancement. Across cultures, the recurring motif is unmistakable. Humans were not left entirely to chance. They were shaped deliberately. Modern science provides a tantalizing clue in chromosome 2. Humans possess 23 pairs of chromosomes, while our closest relatives, the great apes, have 24. This difference arises from a fusion event between two ancestral chromosomes. Evolutionary theory describes this as a rare accident, but the timing of this fusion aligns closely with other sudden developments in human cognition and brain complexity. Creation myths gain new context here. If an advanced intelligence were enhancing hominins, merging two chromosomes could be seen as a deliberate act to unlock latent capacities, a genomic signature left for future generations to discover. Vestiges of this fusion, extra telomeres and a second inactive centromere, appear as echoes of a precise, intentional intervention, not random accident. Among the most striking human-specific features are core duplicons, sequences that create gene copies and expand functional potential. While other primates possess duplicons, humans exhibit them in far greater numbers, particularly in genes linked to brain development, neuron formation, and cognitive function. Here, the myths of divine artisans come alive. Just as the Anunnaki are said to have shaped hominins, modern genomics reveals architectural work in the genome. These duplicons could represent deliberate augmentation, expanding neural networks and predisposing early humans to abstract thought, problem-solving, and language. The discovery of human-specific microRNAs, such as MIR 941, adds another layer of intrigue. These tiny RNA sequences regulate genes crucial for decision-making, social behavior, and language, functions that define humanity. Ancient texts hint at gifts of knowledge and speech, the biblical story of the Tower of Babel, Sumerian accounts of Enki teaching humans, or Egyptian myths of Thoth granting wisdom. Could these gifts of knowledge be encoded biologically through regulatory RNAs? Modern science suggests that this is not impossible. The precision of these sequences implies targeted modification rather than a random emergence. Perhaps the most compelling genomic evidence for intelligent intervention lies in human accelerated regions. These regions are highly conserved across species, yet underwent rapid human-specific mutations in the past 6 million years. HAR1, found on chromosome 20, is expressed in the developing fetal brain and underwent changes that are virtually impossible under natural selection alone. Catherine Pollard, who studied HAR1, explained, the probability that a highly conserved DNA sequence will change multiple times over 6 million years of evolution is close to zero. Across several hundred human-accelerated regions, more than half are associated with genes controlling brain growth, connectivity, and higher cognitive functions. The placement of these regions in enhancer sequences which regulate gene expression rather than altering gene structure suggests an intelligent tuning of the genome, a method that echoes the stories of gods imparting specific abilities to humans. Ancient texts describe humans who were transformed. When we examine the genome, the parallels are striking. Chromosome 2's fusion, duplicons, MIR 941, and human-accelerated regions all correspond to traits highlighted in these myths: intelligence, language, decision-making, and social complexity. The patterns are not random. They are targeted, deliberate, and consistent with accounts of divine or extraterrestrial intervention. Consider the improbability mathematically. The odds of hundreds of human-accelerated regions appearing in precisely brain-related regions, duplicons expanding exactly where neural development genes reside, and microRNAs appearing uniquely in humans, all coinciding with sudden cognitive leaps, approach zero under purely natural evolution. Yet, the hand of an intelligent agent, whether described as gods, devas, or Anunnaki, offers a coherent explanation. These beings, according to ancient tales, had the knowledge and intent to guide human evolution, and the human genome preserves their handiwork as a silent, enduring testimony. The story of human evolution transforms when we merge genomics with myth. Early hominins existed with basic intelligence. Advanced extraterrestrial beings intervened, merging chromosomes, adding duplicons, and inserting regulatory RNAs. Human-specific accelerated regions enhanced brain development, decision-making, and language. And myths across cultures encode the memory of this intervention, interpreted as divine creation or instruction. Humans, in this narrative, are not accidents of random mutation. We are the product of deliberate, intelligent design, guided by beings whose science was far beyond our own. The genome itself is a message, a biological record of a cosmic experiment. From chromosome 2 to microRNAs to human-accelerated regions, the human genome bears the fingerprints of intelligence. When viewed alongside ancient myths and texts, a compelling narrative emerges. Humanity was guided, shaped, and enhanced by extraterrestrial beings. These interventions were subtle, precise, and focused on the very traits that define our species: cognition, language, and consciousness. The question is no longer whether humans evolved, but whether our evolution was entirely our own, or whether it was, in part, the work of the gods, the Anunnaki, or other cosmic intelligences who walked among our ancestors and left their mark encoded deep within our DNA.